Okay, let's get into it. Today we're doing a deep dive into the pretty sticky world of targeted social media shopping.
Yeah, and we're focusing on one online store you've probably seen everywhere. It's called Curvebaby.
Curvebaby's right. They do bras, shapewear, all that kind of the supportive clothing.
And our mission for you today is pretty simple. What makes a store look trustworthy versus what actually makes it trustworthy?
Because on the surface, this site looks really professional.
Oh, totally. It's got these bright Black Friday banners, really polished product photos, and models with, a genuine diversity of body
It
types.
gives you the feeling of a real established brand.
Exactly. But the big question we need to answer is, can you actually trust them with your money?
So we start pulling at that thread, and the first major flag that just, well, jumps out at you is the price.
The pricing paradox, as we're calling it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at their prices, and they are noticeably, almost shockingly lower than what you'd see from other, established shapewear companies.
And that's the key right there. That saving isn't about a good deal. It's often a sign that they're bypassing a lot of standards.
Because it's not just a sale, is it?
No. When every single item is permanently 60 or 70% off year-round, you have to start asking questions.
Questions about what? The materials.
About everything. Materials, labor costs, whether the product is even authentic. If a price always feels too good to be true, it's a warning that the business model is shaky or, worse.
Okay, so if you go looking for some reassurance, maybe in the reviews, you just hit another wall.
Another big one, yeah.
The site is just flooded with these glowing 5-star comments right there next to the products.
But what's so interesting is the complete lack of any third-party verification. These are all internal testimonials.
Meaning the company can control them completely.
Exactly. There's no trust pilot, no Better Business Bureau, nothing independent. It's impossible for you to know if those reviews are from real customers.
Or if they're just scraped from other sites, or even, written by AI.
It's a real possibility. Without that outside validation, those perfect reviews, they just don't mean much.
All right, so the product seems suspicious, the reputation is questionable. Let's shift gears. Who is actually running this business?
And that's where things get even more vague. There is a critical lack of transparency.
Right, because if you look at a legitimate online shop, their About Us page usually has something.
It has clear details,
Oh,
a physical address, a company registration number, some kind of brand history. With Curvebaby, you get these really vague contact details.
and it's just a generic email
A
address.
generic email, maybe a P.O. box in another country. It basically means if you need a refund or have a problem, who are you even talking to?
It makes the whole process a nightmare if something goes wrong.
It does, and that lines up perfectly with the kinds of complaints you see online for these types of stores.
The ones that mentioned, like super delayed deliveries or customer service just completely ghosting them.
Exactly. When the company structure is a mystery, the support is usually non-existent.
So after all this, what's the verdict for you, the shopper? Where does this site land?
It sits squarely in a gray area. You might order something and you might even receive something.
But probably not what you were expecting.
Right. The quality might be poor, and getting any kind of support is basically impossible. For a lot of people, the result is pretty much the same as being scammed.
So the actionable takeaway here is vetting these online retailers is just, it's non-negotiable. Especially when you see those permanent deep discounts and really vague contact info.
Absolutely. And if you do decide to take the risk, you have to use a credit card or a payment service that offers buyer protection.
That's your only safety net.
It is. And this all raises a final important question for you to think about next time you're browsing.
Okay.
Consider how much trust you're putting in the surface level stuff. The professional photography, the nice website design, versus the actual verifiable company that's supposed to be backing it all up.
A good thought. Stay alert out there.